50-50 ticket has not been claimed yet. 828-71.
B main number one, top two to qualify. 4 B mains, last chance qualifiers now for the 600s. And then that 50 lap, $5,000 to win, A main. And we will crown our Speed Week champion here tonight. First of the B mains on the pole, the 20M, James Morris. Then the R7X, Jim Radney. The 26, Matt Warner. 50 of Jacob Severn. 2S, Mike Rutherford. The 41 of Logan Rumsey. 88, Nick Skias. 22H, Fred Heinley. The 11H of Holden Ekman. 42U, Tyler Ulrich. The 1F, Trevor Klein. 18 of Tyler DeVault. 22A, Adriana Delaponte, and the 3G, Jesse Snyder. Now, some of those cars, they are all scheduled to start. Some of them not able to make it to the grid. 12 of the scheduled 14 starters on the racetrack. Morris, Radney, front row. Warner, Severn, row 2. Rutherford and Skias make up row 3. And we are ready. Top 2 go to the A main. Here we go, green in the air. We're underway. B main, number 1. James Morris out to the early lead. Rutherford twitching and turning down there in turn 1. He hung on to it. Radney now off the bottom. He battles with Matt Warner for the runner-up spot. Jacob Severn right there in 4th. Only the top 2 move on. Morris showing the way. Radney now to the top side off corner number 2. He will rocket into the number 2 position. Radney now on the bubble in 2nd. Warner falling back into the clutches of Nick Skias and Jacob Severn. They were 3 wide for a second. Skias got a little out of shape off turn 2. Rutherford to the infield and out of action. 4 laps down, 6 to go. Here they come, halfway this time. Morris and Radney, top 2. James Morris still out front, comfortable lead with 3 to go. Radney looks to be safe. Oh, we got trouble in the middle of 1 and 2. Severn got sideways, and he will collect the 11H of Holden Ekman. So yellow is out with 7 complete and 3 to go. Back to green when they get to the cone on the backstretch. Jacob Severn to the infield. Holden Ekman will restart. Bradley, this gives new life to Matt Warner in 3rd. What's he going to try?
Yeah, that bottom seems like where the second on back has been sticking, and it's been costly for some of them. I know Rutherford tried it early, and it failed for him, but some of these other guys are making it work and getting to the front.
Yeah, Matt Warner, one of those guys, the 26 in 3rd, challenging Radney now for the runner-up spot. Radney able to fight him off. Warner falling back in 3rd. Leader, James Morris, taking a white flag. Final lap, yellow is out. We'll send it down to the infield. Chris Graham, what took Jacob Severn out of this one?
Well, let's check with the man himself, Barry. Jacob, what got you on that one?
Just the ruts over there. I just couldn't get through them and took it out, that's all.
All right, buddy, tough break on that one. Yeah, Barry, looks like the whole left side Nerf bar is kind of caved in. It's making some contact with the motor, a little bit with the header as well, so definitely done for the night for the 50.
Tough break for Jacob Severn and Fred Heinley, the 22H. The reason for this yellow with 9 complete, 1 to go. So it will be green and checker, 1 and done to settle this one. B main number 1. Matt Warner made a run at Jim Radney on that previous restart. Couldn't get it done, so now what does he do this time to try to change things up?
Yeah, you always got to trick the guy in front of you. He's going to expect you to do the same thing. And if he goes and tries a block and you're not there, you could have an advantage now.
So he showed his hand down low. Radney may try to drop down to block.
Yeah, and if Radney goes down the block and catches the rut and you're on the top, I mean, you could really get the spot and even a couple car lengths on him.
1F of Trevor Klein will restart in the 4th spot. That's that Factor 1 East, number 1F. Here we go, restart coming. 1 lap sprint to settle it. Good restart by the leader, James Morris. Radney did a good job. He stayed right up in front of Warner. Here we go. Oh, Radney's got to block the bottom. Warner will hit him and spin. Checkered falling. Checkered and yellow at the same time. And Nick Skias sneaks by Radney. Final lap. Race is checkered. The race is finished.
Nick Skias in the right place at the right time on that one.
Absolutely. I thought Radney had that 2nd spot locked up. Couple of cars, Matt Warner being one of them. Matt was challenging Radney for 2nd. And final lap, I think, got into the back of the R7X and spun around, collected another car. And I don't know if that messed Radney up just enough and allowed Skias to sneak by him.
Yeah, I think they both went to the bottom, and he got into Radney's left rear and kind of pushed him up into the slick a little bit. And that just gave Nick the spot to get by.
So again, James Morris and Nick Skias, your qualifiers in B main number 1. Starting lineup for B main number 2 on the pole will be the number 1 of Joey Jarowitz. The 28, Ryan Timms, will line up 2nd. The 5 of Heath Hanley goes 3rd. The number 7 of Aiden Borden will start 4th. In the 5th spot, the 0-3 of Ryan Groff. The 20 of Alex Bright starts 6th. 2F, Nick Drake will line up 7th, and going 8th in the 20R, that's Connor Gross. The 2SX, Garrett Smith, starts 9th. Going 10th in the 01, Jordan Marrero. The 5X, Gavin Boschel, will start in 11th. And in 12th, in car 53, that's Andrew Laser. The 15 of Don Hess starts 13th and scheduled to go 14th. I don't believe he's on the racetrack. The number 99 of Kevin Thomas Jr. And again, 12 of the scheduled 14 starters on the racetrack. Ten laps the distance, 2 more to qualify. Hey, 50-50 winning number 828-7175. 828-7175 has not been claimed so far. Joey Jarowitz bolting to the early lead. Ooh, they're almost 3 wide for the runner-up spot. Sorting out down the back chute. Big move by Hanley into 3 and 4. Here comes Alex Bright, but he's going to have to deal with one of his teammates, Ryan Timms. Timms bouncing up to the high side. Ryan Timms off the pace now. Down the back chute, Timms is slow. Alex Bright runs 3rd. Jarowitz, look at him go, bolting out to a nice lead here in the early laps of B-Main number 2. Heath Hanley in the runner-up spot. Aiden Borden, Alex Bright, side by side for 3rd. Alex knows I've got to move up 1 more spot to make it to that 50-lap A-Main. 1 car, Garrett Smith out of shape, and that will bring out the yellow. Smith, not sure if he wanted to get back up onto the racing surface or go to the infield, so he stops in a rather precarious position down there, forcing us to throw the yellow with 4 laps complete. 1 lap shy of halfway. Tough break for Ryan Timms, was running well here in the early laps. And we're going to throw it down to Chris Graham. Chris, can you get a word with Ryan?
Yeah, let's see. Actually, Ryan's going to pull off on us here, but tells me that the steering broke as he was coming off at turn 2. So place is a little bit rough out here tonight, but pretty big hit there for the 20 into the outside retaining wall, finished it off.
Four complete, 6 to go. B-Main number 2. Bradley, Joey Jarowitz, really strong so far.
Yeah, he seems like he's cool in the field pretty well. We'll see what Keith Hanley and Alex Bright, we got 2 really good movement there.
Yeah, first they've got to fight each other. Oh, almost 3 wide for the race lead. Hanley trying to squeeze Jarowitz. Joey will have none of that. He goes back in front. Alex Bright digging so hard off the bottom of turn 4, trying to wheel his way under Hanley and take over that 2nd spot. Here comes Andrew Laser, the 53 from the back of the pack. Laser would like to get into that 50-lap A-Main as well. Aiden Borden doing a nice job, car number 7. He battles Laser for the 4th spot. Meanwhile, race for the lead. Hanley had a nose inside of Joey Jarowitz. Jarowitz able to stave off the challenge. Hanley again thinking about diving underneath the race leader. Jarowitz hanging on with 2 to go. Ryan Groff to the infield, falling out. Here comes Hanley one more time. White flag waving now. Hanley is there. Into turn one, Jarowitz will clear him. Down the back chute. What's coming in 3 and 4? Everybody knows. Slider by Hanley. He wins it. Off turn 4. Heath, Hanley, Joey Jarowitz will qualify.
I think that was a position where Heath knew if he didn't throw it, Alex was going to throw it on him.
So slide or be slid, right?
Exactly.
That was a good one. And unfortunately, and it was bound to happen with a 73-car field, there are a lot of good drivers not transferring through these B mains.
Yeah, we could make up a whole nother feature with the drivers that aren't
Sure
making
could.
it. It would be a good one.
There is an S10 pickup truck, I'm guessing has to be moved. S10 pickup, looks like the license is Z, P as in Paul, X, 3840. S10 pickup truck, ZPX, P as in Paul, X, 3840. We need that S10 pickup truck moved as soon as possible. B main number 3 will go to the post in this order. On the pole, the 88J, the Big Show, Joey Amonte. The 7X of Jason Swavely starts second, going third in the 163, Jeremy Harshman. The 41M, Mark Landwehr, will start fourth. In fifth, in the 10M, Preston Latimus. 33M, Brent Shearer lines up sixth, going seventh in the 45, Chad Van Horn. Then it's the 163S of Dylan Schatzer, the 12E, Riley Emig, the 15D, Matthew Donnelly, 87C, Cecilia Parati, M85, Hunter Metzger, 42, Tim Nye. That's the field. And we are green, 10 to go. Swavely gonna charge out to the early race lead. Jeremy Harshman digging, pedaling hard down to the bottom, trying to keep pace. Ooh, Swavely a little bit out of shape entering turn one. Harshman got to his inside, not able to do anything with him, and lurking close by in third, the 88J of Joey Amonte. Great battle for the lead, Bradley, right now. What's better, bottom or top?
Looks like they're pretty equal. If you can get through the ruts, it's just about equal. There, the bottom prevailed. Swavely could have got loose, or he could have just hit the bottom well. It's hard to tell.
Not that time. Harshman almost up in front of Swavely. Jeremy did a good job to rein in that car, and Swavely goes back to the lead. Look at Amonte now, trying to rub wheels, battle for second with Harshman. Oh, and Jeremy Harshman ending up in the infield. And we're going to throw yellow. There is also a spin in turn two. When you're trying to qualify for a $5,000 to win A main, it's going to get a little aggressive, isn't it?
Yeah, you're going to run the B main just like you're running for that 5,000 on the final lap. It's something that you need to do, and you need to get in to get any kind of payout.
We have a Dodge truck, a Dodge XLT, license plate ZHM0185. You've got someone parked in. Truck must be moved immediately. A Dodge XLT ZHM0185 must be moved immediately. Or we will move it for you. 5 down, 5 to go. B main number 3, Jason Swavely showing the way. Amonte now in the runner-up spot. Pretty good battle for third. Harshman, or rather that would be Schatzer, the 163S. Dylan Schatzer and Brent Shearer battle for third. Hunter Metzger back there rounding out the top 5. Ooh, Metzger almost turned it around. Lost a couple of spots. Meanwhile, back up front, Swavely with 2 to go. Comfortable advantage over Joey Amonte. Amonte locked into that runner-up spot. It's a long way back to Dylan Schatzer third, and he's still got his hands full with Brent Shearer. Final lap. Headed for the win, Jason Swavely and Joey Amonte will transfer to the A main. Dylan Schatzer third, Brent Shearer ends up fourth, and Jeremy Harshman rebounds to finish fifth. But Swavely and Amonte move on to the A main. One more last chance qualifier to go. And here's the starting lineup. On the pole will be the number 29 of P.J. Williams. Second starter, the 22, Nash Ely. Lining up third, the 17M, Christian Bruno. 23 of Alec Quiggle will start fourth. The 35, Buddy Schweibens in fifth. 117 of Cody West started sixth. The 1E, Eddie Strada in seventh. 28 of Sammy Martz will line up in the eighth spot. The 84X, Billy Calvert, starts ninth. 4R, Ryan Stangl, goes 10th. The 11Z of Zach Light will start 11th. The 95, Nathan Miller in 12th. And the 92 of Jake Winters starts 13th. Final 2 qualifiers will come out of this B main. Once again, 10 laps the distance. After this one, we'll give them just a little bit of time to get cars ready, and then it will be A main time, our Speed Week Championship event. 50 laps the distance, $5,000 to win, and we will crown this year's 600 Speed Week champion. There are a lot of feature wins on the track just in this B main, Bradley. A lot of good drivers.
Yeah, seeing guys like Nash Ely, Christian Bruno, Eddie Strada, all in a B main.
Yeah, you bet.
It just shows you how hard it is to get into this race.
Oh, Nash Ely, big thump there. His back end up in the air. Nash back on the hammer now. Gave up second for a moment to Alec Quiggle. Ely comes fighting back, but Quiggle's got him out of turn 2. Here comes Nash. Slider with P.J. Williams out front. Ely back to second. Christian Bruno squeezing by Quiggle down here in the front chute. Bruno is there. He will come after Nash Ely now. Strada trying to thread his way through the field. Zach Light pulling to the infield, out of action. Bruno and Quiggle continue to go wheel to wheel for position 3, and they've got company now in the form of Eddie Strada. Whoa, look at Quiggle, wheelie out of turn 2. That allows Bruno to get away from him. P.J. Williams on cruise control. Oh, Strada spinning off the racetrack down into the infield. Yellow is out. Caution. I was thinking, Christian Bruno, Alec Quiggle, Eddie Strada really need a yellow. But one of them was not supposed to be the yellow.
Yeah, when you're the yellow, it kind of makes it difficult for you to advance from that.
Nice job, thank you. We'll watch you. Watch on Flow. That Silver Crown event tomorrow night at Selinsgrove. Subscribe to Flow if you haven't done so already. It's going to be an awesome event. Or go in person. Better yet, show up. Outstanding race coming up tomorrow night at Selinsgrove Speedway, the USAC Silver Crown Series. Unbelievable. We're in the month of August, almost halfway through August. It's going to be the opener for the Silver Crown Series tomorrow night at Selinsgrove. They're joined by the USAC East Coast Sprint Cars. Watch it on Flow if you can't be there. Here we go. 5 down, 5 to go. P.J. Williams. Nash Ely, top 2. They want to break away and get away from third place Christian Bruno. Bruno has put some distance on Alec Quiggle now. They were battling fiercely right before the yellow. Cody West rounding out the top 5 at the moment. West trying to slide underneath Alec Quiggle. Can't get it done that time. Laps winding down. Oh, big bicycle by Nathan Miller. He saved it and will continue on. P.J. Williams has things his own way, but less than 2 to go. Strada falling out. Bruno challenging Nash Ely now for the final qualifying spot. White flag waving. Nash washed up the banking. Bruno got by him. Bruno's going to finish second. Nash Ely almost spun out. On the final corner, wow. Drama in our final B-main, final lap. Christian Bruno getting by Elliott. Brad, it looked like Nash just kind of washed up the banking down here in 1 and 2.
Yeah, it takes just that one little mix-up when you're running against guys like this. I mean, Christian Bruno, he isn't going to give up until he's past that checkered flag. You never know what could happen.
That will set our field for the 50-lap A-main.
You'd have a better chance of getting pregnant.
I'm sorry?
And I think you'd have a better chance of getting pregnant with them going 25.
That's what it was, but it does, damn thing don't come due. Oh well, it's what it is. It's bought and paid for, so I don't know anybody anything for it.
At 600cc Performance, our roots run deep in CC racing. A leader in fuel injection, dyno tuning, wiring, and diagnostics. With over 15 years of experience in building and tuning, you can count on us to get you to the winner's circle. Whether it is diagnostics, sales, or service, 600cc Performance is your source for everything CC racing. Find out more at 600ccperformance.com.
Like this. Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I've taken 25 selfies in the last 10 minutes.
26.
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Coming into this final race, he's got a 23-point advantage over Colin White. Alex Bright just 2 points behind Colin. Eddie Strada, who unfortunately did not qualify. Actually, Alex Bright did not make it to the A-main as well. So it looks like it's going to come down. Well, Brian Carver's got a shot. Brian, 5th in points. He is our pole sitter for this main event. Carver, 41 points behind Damon Paul in the Speed Week standings. Joey Amonte, 6th in the Speed Week points coming into tonight. 45 points behind Damon Paul. Amonte will be in the main event. Dawn Bauman, please come to the tower. We once again, Jace Thayer, if you're still here, you will get to go to Victory Lane with the winner of our 600cc main event. Pose for Victory Lane photos. Jace Thayer at the end of the race. Be down there at the gate by the flag stand, and we'll get you down to Victory Lane. We mentioned Hyper Racing, the title sponsor for 600 Speed Week. Rodota Trucking and Excavating, of course, boosting the purse here for this finale. Who's Your Tire? Kicking in $1,000, and they had a tire giveaway each night of Speed Week. Mike Fossey, Driver Development, putting up money for the Hard Charger, along with Dave Bodine and Max Pappas Innovations. Max Pappas, MPI, posting the Hard Charger for the Week award. A new Max Pappas steering wheel to the driver who passes the most cars during all of the Speed Week events. Specialty Rigging, $500 bonus to the passing master. Also putting up extra money for our B-Main winners this week. Chop Designs, designing those great-looking Speed Week checks that go to the winners. Washington Collision Center, adding $500 to the Speed Week Point Fund. Heinz Speed Components, putting up money for the Fast Qualifier at each Speed Week event. Champion Oil, a $500 bonus to the highest finisher in Speed Week points that runs their products, who runs Champion Oil products. So thanks again to all of those sponsors for making this year's 600 Speed Week so successful. Taking just a little bit of a break. I know it is 11:30, and we want to get this thing wrapped up as well so we can crown our winner and Speed Week champion, but need to give those B-Main drivers just a little bit of time here to make adjustments, maybe change tires, add fuel, add tear-offs to the helmets, and we will get the field, the starting field out here just as quickly as we can. out-of-towners. Kokomo, Indiana's Cole Kirkman has been impressive tonight. Chris Graham's going to get a word with him.
Thank you very much, Barry. Cole, this thing may turn into a little bit of a battle of attrition, at least based off of what we saw out of the B mains there. What are you thinking as we head into the feature?
I think we just got to keep our nose clean here. We got 50 laps here, so we got a long race here. If you can just stay consistent and stay out of the holes and run the whole race, I think we'll end up pretty well. There's going to be quite a few cautions, I believe, and then as long as you can just stay smart and be smooth the whole race, I think we'll be up front.
All right, Cole, good luck tonight. Thank you very much. We'll swing up here, see if we can't talk to Austin Quick here real quick. Austin, you put a lot of work into making this Speed Week event happen. Now you got 50 laps and $5,000 on the line. What are you thinking?
Just grateful to finally make a feature here. I kind of sucked it up beginning of the week here during Speed Week, so yeah, finally put together a good night. It's gonna be rough. Just kind of ride it out. Let the first 25 laps do what they got to do, and hopefully in a good position there at the end here.
All right, Austin, good luck here tonight. Swing up here and get a word with Brian Carver. Brian, we talked a little bit ago. This thing has been very, very quick all night, and you were feeling confident about it. What are your thoughts now?
I just got to cut the wheels under us. Kind of got to maintain this 50 laps. If we lose in the beginning here, we just got to maintain, and hopefully we get her at the end.
All right, Brian, good luck on this one. Barry, we'll send it back up to you, let you get a couple of more cars parked up down here.
Sounds good, Chris. Thank you. Heard Brian Carver's strategy and a little bit from Cole Kirkman. And Bradley, would you pretty much concur with what those guys said? It is a long way, 50 laps, a long way around here. And with the ruts that we've got, giving the track some character, you got to kind of save your equipment.
Yeah, it's going to be a battle of attrition tonight. You want to keep your car straight and don't hit all the ruts. Hit the most minimal possible, and you can see there's black starting to form in the
Yep.
entrance on the top, so that's going to make it tricky on guys. And in a 55-lap race, that's probably going to get pretty slick. And they're all running the same tire tonight, all running a spec tire, so that's going to play into it and see who can keep that tire underneath them.
With the spec, and that is one of the harder compounds, I'm guessing, does it take a while till that comes in, or will that kick in pretty quickly?
It really depends on your car setup. If you have that tire in, it's going to heat up real quick. You don't want it to get too hot. They'll blister and they'll pretty much seal over, and you won't get anything out of it. They're a finicky tire. You want to keep heat in them under cautions. You'll see cars up and swerving and spinning tires, and that's what they're doing. They're trying to keep heat in that tire.
All right, Chris Graham has the Speed Week point leader, Damon Paul.
Thank you very much, Barry. Damon, we talked a little bit earlier tonight. We didn't quite get to get you on air yet, but you're really looking at a right rear, a harder spec tire is what they were just talking about in the booth. How much of a role is that going to play tonight?
Might play a pretty big role in how the outcome of the feature is, and we're just hoping to keep our nose clean out there and watch all the cautions that happen, watch all the other racers, and just make sure that we keep our nose clean and stay out front.
All right, Damon, thank you very much. Barry, it sounds a whole lot, and Bradley is for you as well. It really does sound like these guys are thinking a whole lot of patience. I just don't know how you can be that patient around this place for 50 laps.
No, racers want to race. Racers want to go. So, yeah, it's tough for them to, I think it was Brian or Cole Kirkman said, just ride a little bit. Or Austin Quick, I think, said it, ride for the first 25. And I'm betting not. They're going to go for it from the drop of the green. That's right. Racers want to race. They know one thing.
Yeah, there can be a lot of talk before the race, but as soon as that green flag drops, you're on the gas.
Hey, you got to be. Or, if you allow yourself to fall too far back and then get a long stretch of green flag racing, you're never going to make it up, right?
Yeah, the guy you're running against, he might go all out right off the bat, and you're going to be equal at the end of the race, but you already let him by you once. So to get back by a car that's that equal with you is tough, especially here at Lanco. It's so fast, and there's just so much action going on all the time.
We've talked a lot about the Speed Week points, and Damon Paul is the point leader. I believe Chris Graham has Kyle Spence. We'll get a word from Kyle and then talk more about the points.
Kyle, you've the defending champion of this race in PA 600 Speed Week. You've done pretty well for yourself so far this season, but what are you thinking about as we get into tonight?
I don't know. It's going to be a long race, and it's going to be pretty tiring with all these ruts, and just got to find everybody else's mistakes, and hopefully I don't make too many, and hopefully find my way to the front.
All right, Kyle. Well, good luck tonight. Yeah, Barry, you guys were talking about the points. With only 2 races in here, this field is still wide open for who could claim the $3,000 to win for Speed Week title.
Yeah, that's right, Chris. And the points, if you're wondering, you get 100 points to win, then it drops by 5 down to 80, and then it starts reducing by 4. So it's 100 to win, 95 for second, 90 points for third, 85 for fourth, 80 points for fifth. Then we go to 76 points and 72. Yeah, it drops by 4 for several spots. And so it's tough to make up a bunch unless somebody has a problem. And that, I think, is what Damon Paul was alluding to. He is going to try to keep his nose clean, he said. And fortunately for Damon, he starts third. So he is starting up front. And I know it's a lot easier to try to avoid trouble, Brad, when you're up front, as opposed to if you're mired, mid-pack or starting in the back.
Yeah, it is. You're the ones that set the pace too. So you kind of determine what everybody else is going to do, and if they're going to go, you're going to know it. So you can pick up the pace and just try and keep that pace where you like it. And it's kind of like a chess game. The guys up front are the ones leading the chess game, and we'll see what they all decide to do.
Why don't we get into the starting lineup? Field is assembling here in the front straightaway. We'll start from the back. 26th starting spot, the final qualifier out of those B-mains in the Sundollar Restoration Gift of Life, number 17M, Christian Bruno. 25th starter, the JPA Masonry, number 88J, the Big Show, Joey Amonte. Lining up 24th, out of Tewksbury, New Jersey, in the Jarrow Construction, number 1, Joey Jarowitz. 23rd starter, sneaking into a qualifying spot off the final turn of his B-main in the Viper chassis, number 88, Nick Skias. 22nd starter, a race winner earlier this year up at Linda Speedway, one of the hard chargers of the division, in car number 29, P.J. Williams. 21st starting spot, the Rocket Man from Fleetwood, in the Ideal Glass number 7X, Jason Swavely. Starting 20th, multi-time track champion here at the Clyde, that's with a wing on. Tonight, unfamiliar territory, running wingless, but he got her into the A-main, driving the Hyper Racing Spar Racing Engines, number 5, Heath Hanley. 19th starting spot, driving for Greg Stevens here tonight, in the number 20M, it's James Morris. Going 18th, he's been a race winner out of Trailways this year, driving car number 71, Brian Kramer. 17th starter, I get to see him every week at Action Track USA. He drives the JWK Electric, number 12, Joey K. 16th starter, the 1EA is Aaron Espenshade. Going 15th, he's won races here with wing, trying to get one without a wing this time in the 75K homegrown Kutztown zone, Jared Kunkel. 14th starting spot, all the way from Kansas City, Missouri, driving the 44TX Austin Schaefer. Lining up 13th, recent race winner down at Spirit Auto Speedway in New Jersey, the Yori Tylan Terrazzo, number 66 of Billy Koch. Going 12th, he's still got an outside shot at the Speed Week title. Third at Kutztown in the Speed Week opener. Driving the Weinholz Poultry, Stinger Race Fuels, number 3, the Mountjoy Outlaw, Jesse Maurer. 11th starting spot, second in Speed Week points. He was the Speed Week winner at Path Valley 1 year ago, driving the White Mechanical, number 6, Colin White. 10th starter, a race winner here earlier in the season. I don't know how many championships and races he's won out at Linda Speedway, but it's been a bunch. Driving the 21K, Tommy Koonsman. Drivers, start your engines. 9th starter, the Premier Lathing, number 5B, the conductor, Bobby Butler. Going 8th, from Kokomo, Indiana, the Eric Orozco Racing, number 7 TX, that's Cole Kirkman. Going 7th, Chris talked to him down there on the grid, the 28Q of Austin Quick. Starting in position 6, the 11 of Mike Thompson. I have waited all year for the opportunity to do this. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to forget about the rest. You're looking at the very best, and we've got them 4 abreast. You won't have to wait. The ground's about to shake as the Hyper Racing 600s go side by side and 3 wide at the Clyde. It's Speed Week feature time. The championship to be decided. 50 laps the distance. Again, the 11 of Mike Thompson will start 6th. Your top 5 starters in 5th, former Speed Week champion in the number 59, that's on the fence, Kyle Spence. Lining up 4th, the Rodota Trucking and Excavating, number R7, Brendan Bright. 3rd starter, the Think Fiberglass, number 144, the winner at Greenwood on Thursday, and current Speed Week point leader, Damon Paul. Front row, starting 2nd, the Extreme Towing, number 21S, Steven Snyder Jr., and on the pole, in the Gable Service Center, Lineman Race Engines, number 41C, Big Money Brian Carver. That is the field. 50 laps the distance. Pick out your favorite. Who's going to be in victory lane when the checkered flag falls? Brad Carver is so smart, as well as skilled. Tough to bet against the pole sitter, but anything can happen.
Yeah, it is tough to bet against him, but Steven Snyder just had such a good night and a week in general. I mean,
yeah,
you got to give it to the guy. I think he's deserving of it, and if he runs anything like he did earlier in the night, this one's probably going to be his.
Now, Mike Thompson has elected to go to the rear of the field, so the 11 of Thompson going to the back. He will join Christian Bruno back there. Thompson scheduled to start 6th, so everybody slated to start 7th on back will slide up a spot. Austin Quick to the outside of row 3. Cole Kirkman and Bobby Butler now share row number 4. And we are ready. Rolling 2 by 2 into that start zone. Carver on the inside, Steven Snyder on the outside. Here we go. Feature time at the Clyde. We're underway. I think they caught Steven Snyder napping a bit there on the start. Carver took off. Damon Paul got by him for 2nd spot. Snyder now fighting back down on the inside. Brian Carver leads lap number 1. Oh, Damon Paul, big hop over there in turn 2. That may allow Snyder to get back underneath him, and we've got yellow. Yellow is out with 1 lap down. Monty and Christian Bruno. They do a podcast together. Maybe they were over there planning for tomorrow's podcast. I don't know. They got together over there bringing out the yellow with 1 lap down.
Looks like Joey Amonte in the 88 has a flat left rear.
Yeah, going to be a struggle for the big show with that flat left rear. So we get everybody lined up in the proper position, get them racked and stacked 2 by 2. We'll get back to business here when they hit that start zone of the backstretch. Carver on the inside now, Damon Paul on the outside. That's row number 1. Steven Snyder, Brendan Bright, row 2. Carver hits the hammer. Here we go. Snyder going to work up in front of Damon Paul. Steven Snyder will go back to second, kicking Paul back to third. Here comes Brendan Bright, trying the slider on to Paul for third spot. Can't pull it off. Kyle Spence tried to get underneath Austin Quick, back there for fifth. Oh, and we got trouble in turn 2. 2 cars are hooked together. Mike Thompson involved as well. Joey K, one of the cars over there, the red and white number 12.
And the 71 of Brian Kramer is involved as well, Barry.
So 2 down. And Joey K trying to pull away, but now he's going. Kramer also refired. Looks like Mike Thompson will be able to restart as well, as he goes to the back of the pack. 2 down, 48 laps remaining. Tough to get into a rhythm, isn't it, when you got 1 lap yellow, 1 lap yellow?
Yeah, and it seems like that second starting spot is a killer for these guys.
Yeah.
You're pretty much guaranteed to go to third, and it just, you got to keep it on that bottom, and them guys, they can't get wound up quick enough to get out of the turn 2 on the restarts to hold their position.
Carver, Steven Snyder on the front row. Damon Paul, Brendan Bright, row 2. Austin Quick, Kyle Spence share row 3. Bobby Butler, Jared Kunkel in the 4th row. Colin White back there in row 5. Cole Kirkman alongside White. Here we go. Kirkman just blasted around Austin Quick and Bobby Butler. Cole Kirkman running to the front. Snyder trying to work his way underneath race leader Brian Carver. Brendan Bright working by Damon Paul, and he's bringing Kyle Spence with him. Spence lifting the front end off corner number 4. He runs fourth right behind the R7 of Brendan Bright, really mixing it up. And Damon Paul's off the pace. Yeah, troubles for the 144. Oh, man. Speed Week point leader to the infield. And we will stay green. 6 laps down.
If Colin White saw that, he knows he needs to stay clean and just keep a couple guys behind him, and he could take this title home.
Race leader Brian Carver now getting away from Steven Snyder. Carver setting a pretty blistering pace out there. Kyle Spence long way back in third. Here comes Kyle by the flag stand. Then Brendan Bright in fourth. Bobby Butler, Jared Kunkel, Cole Kirkman all fighting for fifth, along with Jason Swavely.
Jason Swavely and Heath Hanley were in B mains.
Swavely started 21st. Hanley started 20th. And there is a glow on that number 7.
I would imagine he has a titanium brake rotor, and they'll start to glow, and that's when they're actually working at their best.
Okay. I usually think that's when they're about to give up. That's not a good sign, but that's very interesting. Our race leader already in traffic, about to complete lap 14. Carver back to corner number 1. Steven Snyder now once again right behind the leader. Traffic has allowed Snyder, look at them, thread their way through the traffic on the back chute. Yellow is out. 1 car slow, that's PJ Williams now stopping on the backstretch. I believe PJ would like that gate to open up so that he can exit. 15 complete. Still 35 to go. And Brad, traffic, as you know, traffic on a bull ring like this can mean everything.
Yeah, it does. And it's good to have a bunch of laps tick off here and get these guys comfortable in their cars and really focused in. I mean, you got guys that jumped the gun there and they came to the front in a hurry, and we'll see how that plays out for Heath and Swavely later on in the race. Yeah, you get into lap traffic, and if you're the second place guy, you have the advantage. You're watching where the leader's getting by guys fast and where he's getting hung up. And when you see that, you can gain on him as well as know where to pass the lap cars at. And that's usually you'll see in lap traffic, the second place guy will prevail and get the pass.
Chris Graham, I know he cannot be happy, but hopefully you can get a word with Damon Paul.
Yeah, one of those guys you have to absolutely be gutted for right now. You were leading the points coming into tonight. Flat left rear took you out, but what's the emotion like?
Flat left rear.
You know, that's a part of racing, and it happens, so you really can't be too upset about it. I'm just going to go at it next year and hopefully grab the Speed Week Championship next year.
Absolute class out of Damon Paul here tonight, gentlemen.
He is definitely a classy kid, no doubt about it. He's won a lot of races this year. That helps to make up for some of the disappointment, I'm sure. But, you know, he just saw his chances at $5,000 go out the window, plus $3,000 for a Speed Week title. And that really cool championship belt.
Yeah, it really has to be disappointing for him. We all feel for him. He's had a great season, great couple seasons now. I mean, when you get a win at Action Track, that really says you're doing something. He has several. And to go to any track, he can go pretty much anywhere and win.
Yeah, he pretty much owns Greenwood Valley wingless this year. Here we go with 35 laps still to run. Carver trying to get away from everybody here on the restart. Steven Snyder had to fend off a challenge from Kyle Spence. Now Spence has Brendan Bright and Bobby Butler working on him. Jason Swavely in the mix there as well. Swavely will go to the outside of Butler out of corner number 2. And caution again. James Morris back there. We saw Cole Kirkman slowly making his way to the infield, and I thought at first, oh, they're throwing the yellow for Kirkman, but I didn't even see Morris. Morris got turned around somehow back there, exiting turn 2.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened over there, Barry, but it looks like the 7 has his injection might be off or something wrong with the motor, and that might have been what caused that issue.
Tough break. Kirkman ran well here tonight. Regular out at Circus City Speedway in Peru, Indiana. Lineup looks good. We're going to get them doubled up and ready for the restart. Now in this main event, we'll go double file until there are 5 laps or less remaining. Or unless we have consecutive yellow flags without completing a lap. 16 down still. 34 laps to go. Out of corner number 4, Carver, another good restart. Steven Snyder losing ground out of turn 2. Carver just rocketing down the straightaways. Kyle Spence now with a slider for second. Snyder was ready for him though. Crossed him over. Now Snyder into the cushion. Spence and he get together. Spence goes around. 2 cars tangling behind Spence. I believe that was Tommy Koonsman and Austin Quick. Austin Quick headed for the infield. 17 complete. And what a tough break for Kyle Spence.
I was just about to start saying that Kyle was coming on strong there. He was really keeping pace with them guys, and it just
he looked fast.
It looked like Snyder might have gotten to the wall a little bit.
Yeah, he
started
did. Yeah.
Everything. That puts Jason Swavely inside the top 5.
Just can't say enough about the impressive run by both Swavely and Heath Hanley. Again, Hanley started 20th, Swavely's 21st. And they now run 5th and 6th. Let's set it down to Chris Graham. I think he's going to get a word with Austin Quick.
Yeah, thank you very much, Barry. Down here with Austin, we were just saying we expected a free-for-all tonight, but maybe not for this exact reason. What are you thinking here as you're parked before halfway?
I put myself in bad position early, put myself in the fluff, and yeah, it's pretty much battle of nutrition here.
All right, Austin. We'll see you back here hopefully soon. Back up to you, Barry.
Thank you, Chris. Yeah, tough night for Austin Quick. Shame that he's out early. Finally got into an A main here in Speed Week and was inside the top 10. Bobby Butler now runs 3rd. He started 9th. Steven Snyder way up the banking. Here comes Butler. He's going to take over second. Hanley got messed up on the restart, and we've got one car backwards here in the front straightaway. Billy Koch slow through turn 2. That was James Morris turned around here on the front chute. So yellow again, still with 17 complete.
Snyder's high restart really didn't work for him or a lot of the other guys. He got into the side of Bright, and that's what started that whole mess of cars down the front stretch, and ended up being James Morris that came out with the unfortunate stop.
Tommy Koonsman has pulled to the infield. Billy Koch out of his car down there as well. Got debris on the racetrack, so we're going to wave off the restart. Problems on the right rear corner of the 21K, Tommy Koonsman. That's the reason Tommy is now sitting in the infield. He finished 14th at Greenwood Valley and 10th at Kutztown in the Speed Week opener. Koonsman now out of action tonight. Here we go. Back to the restart. Great one again for Carver. He just blasts away from runner-up Steven Snyder. Bobby Butler digging hard off the bottom of turn 4, but Snyder has gotten away from Butler. Brendan Bright banging the cushion in 1 and 2. Brendan trying to close in and challenge Butler for third. Jason Swavely rounding out the top 5 at the moment. Heath Hanley still runs 6th. 3 wide back there for the 8th spot. Sorting it out through 3 and 4. That's Austin Schaefer, Jesse Maurer. 2 of those 3 cars. Colin White, like we said, Bradley, he's trying to keep himself out of trouble. Now he knows the Speed Week title could be his, but he's still got to salvage a decent finish here because he had 23 points to make up on Damon Paul. Of course, Damon is going to end up 25th in this one, not score many points at all.
He seems like he is picking him back off. He started up there and fell back early, and I think he's just in his rhythm now. And then these other guys, they're probably wearing out. I mean, they've been running hard for a while now. They're picking more laps off, and they've been in the cars for a good amount of time now.
We're going to see the halfway signal right now. Here comes your leader, Carver, flashing across the stripe, leading at the halfway point, commanding lead as he gets into some traffic at the back of the pack once again. Snyder in that runner-up spot, chasing Carver back to turn 1. 1 car slow out of 2, and that will bring out the yellow again, the one of Jarowitz, I do believe. Joey Jarowitz was running 13th at the halfway mark before slowing over there and coasting to a stop at the exit of turn 2.
Colin White has pulled himself up to 7th position.
That would be enough to do it. "26 laps complete, 24 to go." Carver down the bottom. Darting out in front of Steven Snyder once again. Brendan Bright trying to wrestle third from Bobby Butler. Colin White took a shot down on the inside. Oh, now he and Hanley almost get together on the back chute. Carver, Snyder, Brendan Bright. Top three, Bobby Butler fourth. Jason Swavely still fifth, but now Colin White down to the inside of Swavely. Slide job in turn four. Move Colin White into the top five. White wants to win this championship with a strong effort, and he is producing one right now. White runs fifth. Swavely and Hanley battle for sixth. Austin Schaefer inside the top 10. Swavely now sliding White. Colin comes back down to the inside. Will repass Swavely, but bounces in turn two. Swavely goes back around him. Carver cruising along with the lead, 19 laps remaining. Swavely back to fifth. Colin White runs sixth. That should be more than enough for Colin White to wrap up the Speed Week Championship. Here's your leader. Back to turn one. 17 to go. Traffic could become a factor should we stay green. Runner-up Steven Snyder has 3 to 4 car lengths on Brendan Bright, although Brendan closes up on him in turn two. Bobby Butler, good run for the 5B. He is fourth. Jason Swavely has gotten away from Colin White now by almost half a straightaway. White all by himself in sixth. Joey K heading for the infield. Leader catching the back of the pack, and Steven Snyder sideways, shredded left rear. Brendan Bright is slow as well. Not sure if Brendan and Snyder may have gotten together.
Looks like Brendan might have a broken right front, but that was not due to contact. Looks like Snyder just got into a rut just the right way and ripped that tire off.
Wow, that's a shame.
Brendan was bouncing that car off the wall, so that front end might be damaged from just rough riding. You have to think fatigue is probably playing a part at this point. Some of these guys typically run 25 laps. They're on lap 36. They've had 2 long stretches of green flag runs now. And running a wingless car is a lot different than wing.
Wing, right.
You're really up on the wheel and sawing at the wheel, really, especially when the track is rough and slick in spots like it is tonight.
So the yellows at least allow you to maybe shake the arms a little bit and sort of catch your breath. Take a breath, I guess.
Looks like Brendan's going to try and run that car. We'll have to watch and see how that handles for him.
Yeah, he is now the runner-up, but like you said, Brad, problems. Apparently problems on the R7. 36 down, 14 to go. Bobby Butler third, Jason Swavely fourth, Colin White now fifth. Heath Hanley in sixth. Jesse Maurer up to position 7. Christian Bruno started dead last. He is 8th. Brendan Bright in trouble on the restart. But he did a smart thing. Well, we thought he did. Yeah, got up and tried to get out of the way. And Brendan, yeah, he's going to have to call it a night. Carver, now Bobby Butler in the runner-up spot. Look at Jason Swavely around the outside. Swavely into the top 3.
Christian Bruno made that last lap pass to get in to this race.
Yes, he did.
And there he is running 5th.
Challenging Heath Hanley for 4th. Colin White in 6th. He's safe if he can hang on to it with 11 laps to go. Jesse Maurer runs 7th. Then it looks like the 75K of Kunkel in the 8th spot. 20M, James Morris, he's been in a couple of scrapes, but he is now 9th. Here comes your leader. Back to corner number 1, 9 laps remaining. Butler 2nd, Swavely 3rd. Field gets strung out the longer we go green. But these restarts have been pretty exciting. Hanley and Bruno, that's the best battle on the racetrack. Into turn number 3, Colin White, Jesse Maurer. Pretty good fight there for position number 6 as well.
I think for the lead, it's going to come down to lap traffic if we get to it or not. Carver's just a little too good for Bobby right now, but only it takes is one little bobble, and there was one, and Bobby gained.
Yeah, and that's not the first time that's happened. Carver, I've watched him several times, really having some issues. Yeah, as he gets into turn 1, was better there with just 5 laps to go. Now make it 4 more times around for Brian Carver. Butler not closing the gap at the moment. Swavely a long way back in 3rd. Bruno has passed Heath Hanley for 4th. Christian Bruno started dead last, 26th. He now runs 4th. I think we know who the hard charger will be, but it's not over yet. Some lap traffic for the race leader with 2 to go. Healthy advantage for Carver. He's going to see the white flag this time. Down the back chute. Into turn 3, Bobby Butler will not close in. The win to Brian Carver. Butler the runner-up. Swavely 3rd, Bruno 4th. Hanley nips Jesse Maurer for 5th. Colin White ending up 7th. I believe there are going to be some tired but happy drivers down there. We're going to do some tallying on the points. And Michael Batts, if you are figuring points as well, if you could text me, we'll double check one another. But congratulations to Brian Carver. The Speed Week finale winner, the big check being filled out up here right now. It will be on its way down very soon. I believe Brian, they're going to get Brian to do the rev check. Before the victory lane interview. Folks, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. USAC night at the Clyde and our 600 Speed Week finale, a fantastic show. Please be patient on your way out. We thank all of you for sticking around for the ending. It was well worth it, but going to take a little bit of time now to get out once you're in your cars. Just please be patient. Drive safely on the way home. Attention in the pit area. Drivers, remember there are heat race payouts. If you're still here, if you did not make the A main, but you're maybe getting a heat race payout, check at the pit shack before leaving.
All right, let's start our victory lane interviews here with third place finishing Jason Swavely. The fan club going nuts behind you here. Where the heck did you come from?
21st to 22nd. We were pretty far deep. We had a pretty good heat race. And a qualifier, we got kind of messed up a couple times, and we got pretty far back, had to run a B. So I started pretty deep. Whoa! And I was kind of nose poking around with everybody else on the bottom through the center. Then we had probably a caution on like 5 to go. We're like 5 laps in. And I kind of went to the top just to kind of, like to the fence top, to see if there was anything there. I know it was very marbly and everything, but I'm like, it didn't seem very rough, so I was like, I'm going to give it a try. Nobody else is up there, and it worked, so.
Heck of a run, like you said, from the back to the front here. Who do you got to thank?
I just got to thank everybody that helps. Earl, he gives me a good race car every week. RTS Chassis, Independent Performance, building me a really wicked Suzuki. For all of them, we want to be here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, third place finisher, Jason Swavely, $2,000 richer. Let's swing over here. We'll pick up our runner-up, a guy who's partying like he won. I say, you're sitting in the car. You said, this is as good as a win. Bobby, look it up here, man. We got the cameras on you here. This thing was really good tonight.
This thing is unbelievable. We took it up to Hyper 2 weeks ago, got the chassis updated, put the new Evo injection on it, and man, I'll tell you, that makes a heck of a difference.
I mentioned it to Austin Quick when I interviewed him in the infield that we expected a lot of chaos and insanity tonight, but maybe not for the reason that we got it. What was it like out there?
I mean, the track guy crew did the best they could. You know, they got a lot of rain here. You just pretty much had to pick a line where you had as many tires on the ground as you could through 1 and 2, 3 and 4. The bottom was good, the top was good, so I just had to figure out through there, and I just had to get through it. That's all.
All right, buddy. Congratulations on the runner-up finish. $3,000 richer leaving here tonight. Who do you got to thank?
I got to thank my wife, Dina. She just started racing 600s this year. Premier Lathing, Bill Butler, my dad, Clay Butler, Butler Firewood Lawn Care, my younger brother, Mikey, Clay. Got to thank Hyper Racing for throwing an Evo on for me. WJV, Homestead Coffee Roasters, Orion Interiors, everybody. You know, I got Joe Stangle helping, the whole crew back here. And this is awesome.
All right, buddy. Congratulations. We'll pass the mic off here to Barry Angstadt because he's going to have your first place finisher, Brian Carver.
We're going to pop in here because not only are we talking to the race winner, we are talking to the 2020 600 Speed Week champion, Brian Carver. You know, look at that. Look at that. Is that cool or what? Sorry for the feedback. But Brian, we'll have to play with this a little bit, getting some feedback. But wow, starting on the pole, that's tough. You know, that's where you want to be up front, but you don't know if you ought to be changing. Hell. That was really cold. I don't know about you. That was cold. But, you know, you're the champ when that happens. But starting on the pole, you don't know if you ought to be changing your line, if the track, you know, somebody found a faster line, a little nerve-wracking.
I don't know. I told myself you just kind of maintain the first 20 and kind of produce from there. But Snyder, that is a hell of a shoe. He's got a lot coming, and the future's kind of bright with him. So there's a lot of drivers here. He made me wick it up halfway through. I was like, I don't know if I can do this, and I just came through, and it just got easier as it went.
How about fatigue? You know, with the rough track and 50 laps a long way, fatigue an issue at all?
Yeah, everyone gets a little tired. The little children back up power steering, but we just came on hammer down with the old boys. No, it's just a great opportunity. I'm just blessed. The Gable family, Hyper Racing, Lyman Racing Engines, Evo fuel injection, Factory Cane. This is just a blessing. Hummer for doing this whole deal. Right. He's one of the best people out there, and grateful to have him in this opportunity of a sport. Fast forward, hopefully he's up there cheering me on. I know he's going to sleep in my room tonight and give me a little love later.
And don't forget about your boss, you know, Hyper Racing Speed Week. That's a pretty cool deal.
Yeah, Mike and Austin actually they put a lot into this, and I'm just thankful. It's the time trials and that kind was cool. It split up the field, so we didn't honestly have locked in times, and you're at 19th and you're out of it. This today was just all racing, all hammer down the whole day, and just blessed to be number 1 all day.
Brian, congratulations.
Thank you.
Ryan Carver, your 2020 600 Speed Week champion and winner of the finale here at the Clyde. Oh, yeah.
With that, we'll wrap up our festivities here tonight from Lyco's Clyde Martin Memorial Speedway. What a fantastic night of racing with the USAC NOS Energy National Midget Tour. Congratulations to feature winner there, Tyler Courtney. Brian Carver picking up the $8,000 win tonight with both the finale and the Hyper Racing 600 Speed Week Championship. We're coming back here next Saturday night. Scout Night and the bike giveaways. Make sure you don't miss that one either. For Barry Agstaff, Pat Sullivan, and everybody who was helping out with the broadcast tonight, Kyler, Magda, Gaga, everybody up top as well. My name is Chris Graham. It has been a pleasure to have you with us here. We hope to see you again next Saturday night. Drive safe. We'll talk to you soon, everybody.
At 600cc Performance, our roots run deep in CC racing. A leader in fuel injection, dyno tuning, wiring, and diagnostics. With over 15 years of experience in building and tuning, you can count on us to get you to the winner's circle. Whether it is diagnostics, sales, or service, 600cc Performance is your source for everything CC racing. Find out more at 600ccperformance.com.
If there's one thing every car guy hates, it's cleaning the garage. Do you want to take most of the time and hassle out of that job? Then call Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Agnes and her crew will have your garage, shop, basement, or even your porch looking great all the time. With unique patterns and designs, plus the ability to incorporate your logo or any artwork, your space will never have looked better. Installation is done in 1 day, guaranteed, and Zone Garage offers a 20-year warranty on the top coat. Their coatings are durable, anti-slipped, and impact resistant. Give them a call at 570-856-6067. That's 570-856-6067 for Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I've taken 25 selfies in the last 10 minutes.
26.
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.